Hello from Tucson. This is Brady Hood. I'm here with Coach Kruger to discuss the team, the tournament, and his players. Did you play ball as a kid?
I started playing football at the age of 8, baseball at 7, and basketball at the age of 7, and continued all the way through high school with basketball and baseball, and stopped football when I was about 15 years old.
How is coaching different from playing?
It's a big difference. The physical aspects of playing and more of the mental aspects of coaching, there's a big difference. I think the enthusiasm and the enjoyment is the same. I get the same enjoyment out of doing both. As a coach, I think I get a little bit more based on seeing the kids grow.
Tell me about how this team came together.
Coach Mike from last year's team called me and asked me to manage the team this year. At first I told him no. He said he would help me. He said he'd manage the team, and as long as I did all the coaching, and he would help me. I saw the talent on the team and decided to coach the team, and just kind of took it from there, and bringing the girls together. Through the season, the core group was pretty much already there. All-Stars was different. We brought in a couple girls from another team and another girl from another league that we knew nothing about. But sometimes not knowing what you're going to get is a surprise, and we got a great surprise with Rory this year.
Tell me about the state tournament.
It was our goal at the beginning of All-Stars to win the state tournament. But when they got there, they realized that it was in their hands. They could do it.
Did you have a moment when you realized your team was going to Tucson?
Not until the second game of the championship game, and with about 3 outs left, it really hit me that, I always knew there was potential of going there, but with about 3 outs left and the way the game was going, we were in a good position to go there. And when I realized that, it was first thoughts, excitement. And now I need to start preparing these girls, getting ready for the state and getting the coaches together and start putting together game plans for the state, for the regional tournaments.
Tell me about game 1.
Game plan was to come out with our best 9 hitters and our best pitching available, and make sure we put ourselves in position to win that game. Hindsight's always 20/20. We maybe shouldn't have thrown our best in the first game, but we did, and there's no regrets there. We won the game. Montana, from what I was told, was 3 ASA teams put together to make an all-star team, where we had just Little League girls put together to make an all-star team, and I think you've seen the difference of talent-wise between the two states with the girls playing the way they are.
How do you manage expectations after a big win in the tournament?
The girls knew going in, win 6 games, we're going to the Little League World Series. That was our ultimate goal. But as coaches, 3-1, if we could do that, especially after winning Montana, I thought we put ourselves in the right position.
Tell me about game 2.
They're playing a Northern Cal team that's a very confident team. I saw a lot of solid fundamentals that Northern Cal had. They're a very, very good team. We tried to strategize to play our game. We played aggressively like we have all season. That came back to haunt us on about 3 or 4 plays. We had an injury in the game of a key player who wound up having a concussion from it. Doesn't remember the game. But the girls kept fighting, trying to come back and fighting. And we had a little bit of struggles first, and we brought another pitcher in. And Savannah did a super job in shutting down the other team. Fielding, we had some mistakes. But you have to take your hat to California. They were a good team. They deserved to win. We didn't give them the game by any means. They definitely earned it.
Tell me about game 3.
Game 3 is a heartbreaker for me. It was a Utah game that I think was definitely more than winnable for us. They had a very good pitcher that was hittable if we were patient and a catcher that took a big beating from her pitcher. So we knew we were getting a lot of pass balls. Game plan there was to not be as aggressive, more of taking what they give us. If they make a mistake, we're going to capitalize on it, and that seemed to keep us in the game and moving. Even got us a lead a couple times from their mistakes. End of the game was a tough one. You never say umpiring will cost you a game, and I'm not going to say that here. We just had some calls that didn't go our way. But the girls need to fight through that and keep playing hard through that and put yourself in position to win. I think we did that. The girl made a great hit at the end of the game. One of our best fielders, had an error, but we had so many different errors in that game that everybody tried their hardest. It just didn't work out. You got to take your hat off to Utah. Coach, they were very well coached, and it was a disappointment.
What will you take away from this, and what do you think the girls learned?
That's a great question. I think that goes deeper, what this is all about. It's not just about the girls going out and playing. It's about the girls coming together as a team, forming friendships that hopefully last a lifetime, respect for each other, respect for other parents, parents becoming friends, more relationships. And the girls, when we talked about this in the state tournament, about traveling. Traveling as a player is hard. It's fun, but it's hard. You get the girls that, you're in a hotel room, you're not in your own bed, you're not eating the same food your mom's making or your dad's making you. You're in a little bit hotter weather. But it's a fun trip. It's a maturing trip. You got the swimming pool. You got to deal with all that type of stuff. But when time for the game, you got to go play. And that's where if you're mentally tired, you got to, basically the girls know you got to suck it up and play and play at the level that you are accustomed to playing, or you're not going to get the results you want. And I think it's a maturing thing. And the other side of it also too is it's a huge growing thing for them as not just athletes, but as people. This is the first time North Shore, North Bothell has had a state championship down here. And I think the girls are setting the tone for future girls in North Bothell with raising the bar and the expectations. And they don't think they realize it now. I think they will maybe a year from now realize how important what they've achieved so far and where they're going to go.